In the last 2 months, I found myself working alongside two kinds of people. It has been a really interesting experience. First kind are those who are very welcoming and they make you feel at home. They are also curious about who you are the moment they meet you, and they ask the right questions and they always seek to know you better. You can feel that they see you as an equal and are also ready to learn from you and show you the way or support you when needed. They act very inclusively, they connect you with others, and they want to ensure that you don't feel like an outsider. It was without a shadow of a doubt that I felt totally at ease being there and gave my best to do whatever I could to create impact. We have had some great fun and laughters working together as a team. And then there are another kind of people who somehow seem more eager to make you feel ignored and redundant. This is only meant to paint the picture on what it was like, because the truth is, unless you buy into such nonsense that people can make you feel small, they are the ones projecting onto you what's really going on in their minds. So you gotta make sure that you are focusing on the right thing. In the moment, as it happens, it can feel really challenging not to feel offended and other times frustrated and let that get to you. In my case, it was almost like them bluntly telling me, hey, we've got things under control here. You can chill and just stay on your spot and watch if you like. They don't want to know if they can in any capacity leverage your skills and your capabilities, and they just assume that you have got none. And if any, it is probably nothing too great that they don't already possess. Again, you're like an extra pair of hands that they have no interest to put to good use. Well, too bad, but the loss is on them. Sometimes, even if you are in the room, all their conversations don't even involve you. Now, for me, that was the moment when I realized what I was dealing with, as I found myself screaming in my head, hello, I'm here. Now, in the beginning, I told myself to give it time and don't jump to conclusions too soon. I thought that it might be a bad judgment from me. As days went by, I began to notice the recurring patterns in my experience, and once I saw it, I was no longer in it. Suddenly, I felt detached and started to look for ways to make the experience meaningful anyway before I left. And so I did. I gave myself a pat on the back and took away only what served me. So the bottom line is this: people like this exist everywhere you go. And if you happen to bump into them, choose to respond and not react. When you react, you lose. Now instead, remind yourself to use the experience to become wiser, because when you don't, you will meet them again and get yourself worked up even more. And it goes on until you finally learned the lesson. You might as well learn now. You will know that you are improving when the unpleasant feelings that you feel don't really linger too long. Now remember, you learn from everyone you meet. Everyone is your teacher if you choose to see it that way. No hard feelings, and don't take things too personally. We are all flawed in some ways, and as we evolve in life, the experiences presented to us along the way are meant to show us how to embrace or transform those flaws within ourselves. Now, when you understand this for yourself, you will be able to be more compassionate towards those who wrong you or treat you unfairly. So before I left the team, I did one thing right. I spoke up and I shared my experience and thoughts with the council who took care of the event. But it wasn't about venting or filing complaints or anything close to that. I just simply stated the truth, whereby my time, skills, and capabilities they took me in for were not exercised as intended. And I wanted to ensure that corrective actions were taken so that the next person joining the team will not have to go through that again. So they apologized and promised that it won't happen again. So I thanked them for the opportunity and mentioned that I had some pretty good fun too, nonetheless. So that itself put everything back on a positive note. So never ever forget this. The only meaning any event has is the one you assign to it. When you change the meaning, your life will begin to change too. And I wish that for every single one of you watching this. So give me a follow and speak to you again soon.